All right, we are back with another episode of Your Relationship Sucks. Still here on vacation in, just my childhood, the place where all my dreams came true as a child. Just shooting pool, watching TV, playing darts, really terribly. A lot of holes in the wall back there. You can't see them, but they definitely are there. Trust me. Mom's still mad about that. Don't worry about it. Just like always, we are here to answer questions, help people just be a little bit smarter in their relationship, help people stop making the same mistakes that we made, or just enjoy the new problems that people are having because people are stupid and that's the way life works. But just like always, this is the most dangerous show on the internet. I don't know what's coming. All this is off the cuff. I have no idea what I'm going to say. You have no idea what I'm going to say. The audience doesn't know what's coming. They haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But you got something good for us, or that's what I hear at least.
I do.
So hit me with it. Let's get into initial impressions. What do you got?
How can I get my girlfriend to get rid of all her books and art?
Burn it. Just fucking burn it. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. 100%. Burn that shit. She's too nerdy. She's too nerdy. Get her out of that shit. How many books could you possibly have? My initial impression from this is how many fucking books and art could you possibly have where somebody's like, no, you got to get rid of all this shit. Like, because he's saying all of it, like just done. Like I'm done-ski with everything.
Yeah,
like,
get rid of all of them.
Like how often do you have to be like fucking quoting Chaucer where somebody's like, fuck this noise, I'm out, but they still want to fuck you? That's the question, right? It's like most of the time when something like this happens, it's like, I'm going to remove myself from the situation, right? But now it's like, no. This has to go. It doesn't have to get less. It's got to go. Like, we got to excise this shit from your personality, from your life. Done. It's out of there, but I still want to have sex with you. This chick might be a dynamo in the set. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's my initial impression.
I've been dating Emma for 6 months. It's not serious yet, but I can see us heading that way.
Oh, this is a great question to ask with somebody you're not serious about. 100%. This is fantastic.
We're very compatible in most ways, except that Emma has way too much stuff. Her place isn't messy and she's not a hoarder, but she has several shelves just loaded with books. It's got to be hundreds, and they're nothing special, just old paperbacks. She collects art glass, and it's on her coffee table, hanging in her windows, and on those already overloaded bookshelves. She has dozens of wall hangings too, and her sofa is piled with throw pillows. Her sofa is piled with throws. Her floor with floor pillows. Everywhere you look, there's just stuff.
What the fuck is a floor pillow?
A floor pillow is it's like a square or a comfy one. People sit on them.
What the fuck why were you sitting on the floor? I don't understand.
I think to just have more seating, or some people, if she likes to read, she probably likes
chairs. You get chairs. I don't understand. Is that a thing? Is that like a real thing? That's a thing that exists. Like a floor pillow is a thing that exists. Like they specifically make pillows and they fucking lie to you morons out there who are buying this shit and they say, this goes on your floor. And you're like, great, let me just step on this fucking pillow all the time. Like that shit exists.
I think they're
People
pretty
spend money on
common. Yes, they do. They're not uncommon.
Okay. All right. I'm ignorant then, because that sounds like a fucking scam to me. That sounds like the fucking store is just straight up scamming. Like this is one of those things you don't need to purchase, and they're just straight up scamming. That's what this is. But continue. Okay. I'm probably the ignorant one. It's fine. I'm just telling you that's a fucking scam. 100%.
I was once like her, but learned how freeing it is to get rid of junk. Now I'm very much a minimalist and could never live in a jumble like that again. I suggested KonMari and gave her the book, but she hasn't done anything about it.
What is that? What is that?
Marie Kondo, it's a method of like getting rid of stuff and sorting through your stuff. Although the part that it's more about organization, the part that I find interesting that he picked this is like KonMari method isn't about getting rid of like stuff you like. Like, you know what I mean? It's like getting rid of stuff that doesn't bring you joy. So like you go through everything, you hold it, you think about like, does this bring me joy? If it doesn't at all, then you get rid of it. So it's not really about necessarily being a minimalist. It's about being better organized and making sure, like, she happens to be a minimalist, but it's not necessarily minimalism isn't the goal of that method. So, but yes. So
okay.
she has
so
a
this guy
Netflix
gave her a
show.
book and said, "You're a piece of shit. Read this book." Like that. So he said, like, you need to change. Here's a book. You're a piece of shit. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Keep going.
But she hasn't done anything. I know how hard it is to start, but I also know how much happier and more carefree she would be if she'd only get rid of the junk. Also, I've talked to her about a relationship progressing and moving in together, but this is close to a showstopper for me. Should I make this clear to her? I'm weary of coming off as controlling, but I also want to be honest.
The fuck? Why are you planning on moving in together if the shit isn't serious? What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck does that even mean? That doesn't fucking compute. You can't not be serious with somebody and be like, well, let's make this serious and fucking move in together. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with people? Why do they keep doing this dumb shit? You should be serious with somebody before you move in with them. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be married, but at the very least, you shouldn't go around being like, hey, you know what? We're not that serious right now, but we are thinking about moving in together. What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That is legitimately one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand that. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. This dude is just delusional. He's delusional. He's fucking delusional, dude. You're delusional. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? How I don't know. Does that make sense to you? Do you agree?
No,
I don't know.
it doesn't.
Okay, all right. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not overreacting.
For me, it's like you're not serious about someone, but you're asking her to give away, like, arguably some of it. Like, it's clearly not junk to her. Like, you're not serious about her, but you want her to give away things that she cares about, but you're not actually serious about her yet.
100%. Look, stop trying to fucking change people. Okay, stop trying to change people. No, just stop. Everybody in the world, stop fucking trying to change other people. Okay, if they are who they are, I don't know how old these people are, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't say.
They're a certain age. I'm gonna guess that they're around 20 or above, which tells me that they've been that way for 2 fucking decades. Guess what? They're not fucking changing. People don't change. I'm sorry, they don't. Okay? Little parts of their personality might get increased or decreased, and you might be able to accentuate some things or decentuate. I don't know what the word is for that, but you might be able to pull back on some things or whatever. That shit's always gonna be there. Okay? People do not fucking change. Stop trying to fucking change people. The shit doesn't exist. All right? It just doesn't exist. 100%, it doesn't exist. Like, watching the movie where it's like, oh, the big bad rich person does all this shit and then they see the light and then they're all charitable and shit like that. That's not what happens in real life, okay? Anybody who does that in real life, what I'm telling you is that they are charitable in a different way, and then they see now they see a new way to be charitable, okay? Somebody who's fucking selfish isn't gonna stop being selfish. That's not how fucking life works. It just doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of near life death experience you had. Fuck all of that. People don't fucking change. So stop trying to fucking change people. If you see somebody and you're like, hey, you know what? I don't think we're compatible. Stop dating them. It's not that hard, Keep being not serious with them. Fuck them for a while if you want to, if they're cool with that. Like, keep doing your thing. But tell them, we're not going to work out long term. So if you're looking for long term, this shit isn't going to happen. Because this girl is not going to become a fucking minimalist. It's just not going to happen. It will not happen. She might have less stuff, but it's not going to happen, okay? Also, stop trying to change people you're not fucking serious with. What does that even mean? Like, hey, I'm not serious, but if you change everything about yourself, then maybe I'll think about being serious with you. Go fuck yourself, dude. You're a dick. You're a straight up dick for doing that, okay? I don't care, about anything. I'm saying anybody who tries to change anybody else, especially if you're not serious with them, you're a dick, okay? But honestly, if you try to change anybody, you're a dick. What you should say is, this is what I believe. This is what I need. If you're okay with that and you can provide that for me, and you want to provide that for me, then we can be together. And the other person should say the same thing to you. And if those two visions don't align, you say, hey, you know what? It was a good ride. Either, we'll keep doing a little something for now, but it's probably not going to work out long term, or we'll part ways right now, and that's totally fine. Start being honest with people, but stop trying to change them, because they're not going to change. This girl is not going to change. She's going to keep being exactly who she is, okay? Here's the thing. Why does he like her? I don't understand. First of all, look, if you become something, like he's like, well, now I'm a minimalist. Stop fucking telling people when you change, okay? Stop, oh, I got a new fad. Fuck you. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear about it, okay? I don't give a shit what you believe now. None of that shit matters to me, okay? Go fuck yourself. I don't care, okay? This guy's out here and he's like, well, I'm a minimalist now, so I'm gonna be an evangelical for minimalism. You know what? Go fuck yourself, all right? Maybe I don't want to hear about how fucking minimalism changed your life. Maybe it's not going to change my life in the same way. I have no idea. But you're definitely not somebody that I want to look up to because your dumbass had to hear somebody else tell you, which means you're a fucking follower. This guy's a goddamn follower of minimalism. He's not leading the pack on minimalism. He's a fucking follower. He had to hear somebody else before he was like, oh, now I've seen the light. And now I want to sit there and be like, oh, that's somebody I want to follow? No, I don't want to follow somebody who's already a follower. That's a fucking pyramid scheme. That's what that shit is. So fuck this guy and fuck anybody else who's out there when I'm changing. And now I'm going to tell you because all of those people, or at least most of those people, they changed because they heard somebody else. So now that's secondhand fucking knowledge. I want to go right to the source. Let me talk straight to Buddha. I don't want to fucking read. I don't want to hear you tell me what he said in a book somewhere. Go fuck yourself, all right? This guy sucks. I hate this guy. But this girl sucks too. Why do you have pillows on your floor? Unless it's like a religious thing or something like a cultural thing that I don't understand, which if that's the case, like, okay, fine, I get it. But that's not what he said. He just said she has a lot of shit and she likes pillows on the floor. I mean, stop having fucking pillows on your floor. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get a fucking chair. Get a new chair. Why do you have pillows on the floor? What is that? It's a fucking scam. Stop buying pillows for your floor. What is happening? What is wrong with people? That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But this guy who's like, oh, well, she's got all these books or whatever, and they're not important or whatever. Look, man, it's not for you to decide, you know? Maybe she wants to keep those books. Maybe they meant something to her. Maybe she was going through something at the time. I don't know. I have no idea. Are they probably shitty books? Sure. Of course they are. Like, do they mean something to her? Probably not. But I'm not going to judge her for having that shit, okay? She wants all this glass menagerie shit all over the place. Go nuts, okay? I'm sure it looks like shit. I'm sure you're like, why do you have this thing? And she's like, oh, it's modern art. And you're like, well, that's not real art then, you know, whatever, because it all sucks. That's fine. You know, she's like, oh, well, let me hang this fucking glass circle in my fucking window. And, you know, now my moons are aligned with some shit or whatever. Like, all right, great. Good for you. Don't fucking judge her for doing that. And stop trying to make her take that shit down, okay? You're not serious with her. You've said that multiple times. You're also a fucking lunatic because you're like, oh, we're thinking about moving in together. Why? Why? What is it about this girl that is appealing to you as someone to live with? She's going to bring all of that shit. She's going to bring all of that shit. Everything she owns is coming with her. What is so appealing about her where you look at the way she lives her life and you're like, I can ignore that. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know. Cut that one out. But I have no idea what's happening. That doesn't make a bit of sense. Because, I mean, seriously, that's what he's doing, right? He's looking at this girl, and he's like, I don't know. Because he's like, oh, well, there's a lot of good things about her, which I'm assuming means he likes the way she looks naked. That's my guess. Because he's literally looking at her, and he's like, I don't really like the way she lives. I don't really agree with any of the things she believes in. But she's pretty hot, and she lets me have sex with her. So we're thinking about moving in together. That's what happened, right? That's literally what's happening right now.
Yeah, he's also kind of saying, I want to take everything that brings her joy and in her, like, living space. Because it sounds like she's got a lot of stuff, but everything has a spot to her. You know, like, it doesn't sound like it's just, like, in piles. It sounds like she has taken time to, like, organize her space to her desire.
Right, I agree. And I'm going to let you keep going. She is a hoarder. Like, that's a fact. She is a hoarder, okay? Yes. This guy saying she's not a hoarder, that's a clear sign that he's like, she's definitely a hoarder, but she lets me fuck her, so I'm going to say that she's not a hoarder. That's a sign. She's definitely a hoarder. But to your point, she's hoarding in maybe an organized manner.
Just because you're calling her a hoarder because of him calling her not a hoarder?
Yeah. Have you not listened to anything this guy said? This is the most unreliable narrator we've had, honestly. Like, this dude has no idea what he's talking about. This guy obviously, very obviously, is afraid that nobody else is going to have sex with him for the rest of his life. And so he's literally, I'm serious. He's saying the essence of this girl is something I can ignore just to move in with her so I can have more frequent sex. Which, first of all, is probably not going to happen to you. You're probably not going to have more frequent sex. I'm telling you that right now. But he's like, that's what he's thinking. Because this is who she is as a person. Like, he's literally saying, I don't care who she is as a person because I need to have sex with her because nobody else is going to have sex with me. That makes no sense. Like, there's no other explanation for why he would be thinking about doing this. I can't think of one other explanation of why he would be thinking about doing that. Because he didn't say, he was like, well, we get along on most things. How? What does that even mean? Like, I don't even know. Like, you were like, oh, well, I'm a minimalist now, and I'm a follower, so you should fucking follow me, and all that dumb shit. And she just told you no. You know, he's like, well, she hasn't done anything yet. She's not going to. Take yet off of it. She's not going to. She was offended by your book. She didn't care about that. I don't understand what he sees in her, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that just seems like
other than she gets naked in front of him.
Not only do they have different value systems, but he clearly thinks his value system is superior to hers.
Yeah, so, no, he's a real piece of shit.
No matter
100%.
what, even if she gives up all her shit, I don't see like that, like beyond like asking someone to change. You already went over that. That sucks. Asking someone to change and then they do for you only, not because they showed any, like she has not shown an inkling of, you know what, I still want to have some of like maybe most of my stuff. I feel overwhelmed. I'd like to reduce it. I do have a problem getting rid of stuff. Like, how do I go about doing that?
Mentioned that?
She's
100%.
not, it's not a problem for her at all. And it doesn't sound like it's a problem that's impacting her life. It doesn't sound like unsanitary. There's, you know, it's not like a hoarding situation where there's like, things are going to fall on her. Rats are living there. No, it sounds like she lives
just
like,
fall on the pillow. She'd fall on her pillows and she'd be fine. It wouldn't matter.
It sounds like she's kind of a hippie that probably has a lot of plants too. I would not be surprised if there was a lot of plants in this situation.
I mean, it's very obvious that there are pillows literally covering her floor, right? Like there is like you walk on pillows, right? That's a thing that's happening. Like I genuinely believe.
That's a thing that you think is happening. I genuinely believe that, yeah.
How else does that happen? This guy's like he specifically mentioned the floor pillows. That means it's a big problem, right? Like that means it's a noticeable
a couple
thing.
Of them in like a corner. So
yeah, but this guy's not going to be like, well, she's got fucking pillows there or whatever, because he's like, look, we can't even sit on the couch because there's so many pillows. So she just made the floor the couch, which means the whole fucking floor is covered with pillows, right? This girl probably has too much stuff. I'm telling you right now. And honestly,
yeah, I'm not arguing that she probably needs more stuff or shouldn't probably or would not feel better if she got rid of some of her. That's not.
No, but this guy's a piece of shit. So look, if you're not serious about somebody, stop doing it. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm fired up. I'm fired up about this guy. He's trying to change her. Fuck this guy.
Like, I can't. I just want to get in my point, and then you can get fired up again.
Talk faster.
My point is that even if she were to change for you, there's a lot of resentfulness that's going to be in that relationship forever. This relationship will not work. There's no way that this girl who does not want to change, even if she changes for him, it's not going to work out for you well. Why do you want to be with someone who would just have to change everything about themselves and then hate you for it in the end? Like, even if you got what you wanted, he's worried about being controlling. That is controlling. Like, it's not going to end there.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
did I miss that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, bro, you're controlling, man. You are.
He goes. It was at the last line. I'm weary of coming off as controlling, but I also want to be honest. The part where he could have also been honest is when he just said it was he gave her a book instead of telling her that this would not be a compatible like life situation for him. That's being honest. Being controlling is then saying you want to get rid of everything that makes her happy in life. That's being controlling. And I don't see that ending like for him. I don't see that being the last thing he needs to change about her. I'm gonna, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Even if he says it's not, it just is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand.
I agree.
What he. Oh yeah, no, I know. I didn't mean to sound like you were disagreeing with me. I'm saying, like, genuinely, I don't understand what her essence as a person is something he doesn't agree with. The only explanation for that is that this is the only vagina that he is allowed inside. That's the only explanation for this.
You did break it down quite clearly.
Oh my God. I don't know. Well, we did it though. We did it. We solved this one. these people should just continue to not be serious. That's that. At the end of the day, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what his question was, because it doesn't matter, because this guy sucks. I hate him. I hope this chick finds some other hippie who's like cool with her, and they have better sex or whatever. Because this guy, I'm sure he's selfish lover too. So fuck that. Like, get this guy out of your life. All right, we did it. If you got questions, you got other questions that you want us to answer, life advice, relationships, whatever, you can hit us up. What's the email?
It is info.yourrelationshipsucks@gmail.com.
All right, so you can hit us up there. You also hit us up there if you want a t-shirt, you want an I Got Dennis t-shirt, you want a Karma Cancer t-shirt, you can hit us up. We'll get you the details on that. If you haven't heard those episodes, definitely go listen to them. They're two of our favorite episodes. Dynamite job by you, just creating this t-shirt idea. I just want to see one person. I just want to see one person in the wild walking around with one.
In the wild, yes.
That's all I hope for this whole thing. Please listen to the podcast. If you are, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff. You can unsubscribe, resubscribe. That does help us out. Go to YouTube, please. Subscribe to our channel. It's all Your Relationship Sucks, and all of that does help us out. So we really do appreciate the support. All those things. Watch us at night. Just put that shit on. Turn the volume down. Turn the screen black. Just let it play in the background. We don't even care if you're listening to us. We just need the metrics. I'll be honest with you. But we will be back, maybe tomorrow. I don't know what day it is. We're Monday through Friday here. We're helping people out. We will be back. So please join us next time. We'll help more people understand how to live their life a little bit better. So we'll see everybody then.